I've been reviewing about phones for over 5 years, and 2025 will remain in the mind for years to come as the year that most phone manufacturers delivered their absolute best camera phones. Over the past 12 months, I've used every major smartphone camera, starting with the Galaxy S25 Ultra, which launched back in January. Samsung was the second phone company to make zoom a main aspect of its cameras. Huawei did so first on its P series, but while it once had a big advantage over its key competitors, that advantage has mostly disappeared. This year saw Apple and Google both make major upgrades to the zoom capabilities of the iPhone 17 Pro and Google Pixel 10 Pro series, respectively. And beyond the US, firms like Oppo, Vivo, Xiaomi, and Honor all underlined that the US market has significantly fewer fantastic camera phones than the rest of the world. With Samsung poised to introduce the S26 Ultra in the coming months, and its key rivals expected to bring their respective Ultra phones to worldwide markets, next year could be an even larger year for smartphone cameras. So here's what the next S26 Ultra needs to bring to the table in 2026. 1. Better processing at 100x zoom. Depending on your choices, the S25 Ultra either offers the best zoom camera or it doesn't. The 100x zoom camera hasn't evolved much over the past 2 years, though it's still more dependable than the competition. It still takes amazing images too, but its latest rivals undoubtedly capture better ones. However, this is firmly subjective, as the majority of that competition, notably devices from manufacturers outside the US, relies heavily on AI to deliver their respective zoom capabilities, which can contribute to abnormalities in the produced photographs. Yet, the Pixel 10 Pro illustrates you can employ AI processing well, while still preserving an image that blends the best of AI with the natural detail obtained by the camera. The S26 Ultra will almost probably be the greatest zoom camera Samsung has created yet. Still, I'd like to see the company expand its AI approach at the higher zoom settings to ensure it can keep up with the competition. As part of its drive to increase zoom performance, I think it's time for Samsung to update the 2 lenses it utilizes in its zoom cameras. The S25 Ultra's main 50 megapixels periscope telephoto lens with 5x magnification is quite powerful, but the phone's secondary 10 megapixels 3x telephoto lens is much inferior to the specialized periscope lenses used by rivals like the Vivo X300 Pro. That phone utilizes a 200 megapixels lens. It's important to note that these competitors aren't currently sold in the US, but they are available in other significant areas where they compete directly with Samsung. Large megapixel counts look nice in commercials and help sell smartphones, and while Samsung has demonstrated that it can capture beautiful photographs with a 10 megapixels telephoto lens, it's also possible that a greater resolution sensor would yield more detailed photos. In other words, for rivals, employing a single higher resolution telephoto lens has delivered greater quality throughout the whole zoom range, and I hope Samsung takes that strategy with the S26 Ultra. 3. A better selfie camera. The 12 megapixels selfie camera on the S25 Ultra is largely the same one used in many Samsung phones, although the opposition has advanced its selfie camera technique dramatically. As a result, the Ultra doesn't snap the best selfies, even though it supports some of the best portrait mode features. The Oppo, Xiaomi, Honor, and Vivo all sport selfie cameras that offer higher resolution and finer detail than Samsung's. Meanwhile, the iPhone 17 Pro series boasts a new center stage square selfie camera that can capture in both portrait and landscape configurations without needing to move the phone. So there's never been a better opportunity for Samsung to update its selfie camera than with the Galaxy S26 Ultra. 4. Add an external photographic gear. The S-series Ultra has long been positioned as Samsung's camera powerhouse, but the Oppo Find X9 Pro, Vivo X300 Pro, and Xiaomi 17 Ultra all offer a significant advantage: add-on photography kits. For Oppo, this kit contains a simple case and an adapter that adds a 3.5x teleconverter, enabling 10x optical zoom. As a first-generation device, it's somewhat unstable at higher zoom lengths, but it does improve the overall zoom capabilities to 200x from the present 120x maximum without the teleextender. Meanwhile, Xiaomi and Vivo have both released photography kits in the past, and the Vivo X300 Pro Extender Kit is the current best iteration for any phone. It comes with a camera handle and supports external Zeiss lenses like a DSLR, and as a result, it gives 10x optical zoom with the same 200x maximum zoom range. The Vivo photography kit is very amazing, and for the S26 Ultra to be regarded as a camera powerhouse, I think it requires a photography kit, whether that's one created by Samsung or a reputable third party. 5. Continue to innovate portrait mode. It might surprise you to know that Samsung makes my favorite portrait mode for one main reason: the vast amount of options available. What's more, Samsung boasts the best portrait mode feature of any smartphone: Color Point. Color Point works by maintaining the subject in color while rendering the background in black and white, making it excellent for creating eye-popping, bright photos. One very unusual feature is that this effect is shown in the camera before shooting, and you can add it to any portrait shot after shooting via the gallery. Another reason Color Point stands out is that it's not restricted to still photographs shot by the Ultra's rear cameras. It's also available in both the selfie camera and when taking video. For images in vivid environments, such as during an Indian wedding where costumes are particularly vibrant and bright, there's no better portrait camera. Samsung is slated to debut the S26 Ultra in the next 2 months, and I can't wait to see how the firm innovates portrait mode further. In summation then, I hope Samsung advances its approach to photography on the S26 Ultra by bringing in a next-gen zoom camera, boosting the phone's selfie-taking skills, introducing a photography kit, and doubling down on the S25 Ultra's already superb portrait mode. The S26 Ultra is supposedly expected to ship in February 2026, so we don't have much longer to wait to see what Samsung is bringing to the smartphone table. The S26 Ultra will feature Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 internationally. Official documents reveal S26 Ultra's FCC certification confirms that the phone's international and US models will feature the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 SoC. According to various reports concerning Samsung's next non-foldable flagship smartphone, the S26 Ultra, the phone would equip the phone with Qualcomm's latest flagship processor for mobile devices, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. However, there was no confirmation of it. Well, now there is. According to several rumors concerning the S26 Ultra, a few of its model numbers are SMS 948B and SMS 948U. Well, the FCC has certified smartphones with these model numbers, and according to the certification paperwork, they contain the SM8850 chipset, which is the model number for the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. Going by Samsung's model number and naming policy for smartphones, the SMS 948B would be the worldwide version of the phone, and the SMS 948U would be the carrier-locked variation of the handset for the US. Considering that, and the new leak, Samsung will offer the S26 Ultra with Qualcomm's processor globally. As for the S26 and the S26 Plus, a prior rumor concerning these smartphones states that Samsung will offer them with the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 in all regions across the world, except for one, South Korea. In its home country, the brand is speculated to use the Exynos 2600 SoC. On the other hand, there have been misleading details concerning Samsung's forthcoming phones. Earlier, there were speculations about the S26 Pro, but these were later dropped. Similarly, some thought that the Korean business would replace its Plus model with a Galaxy S26 Edge, but recently, another report said that there won't be any Edge after the next variant. All of this leaves me with unclear details, but there are a few things to expect from the base, Plus, and Ultra models. Here's all I know so far regarding the new S26 series. According to a recent claim by Korea Economic Daily, the S26 range would be powered by an in-house Exynos 2600 chipset. The new processor is estimated to be housed in around 50% of the S26 smartphones across South Korea and European areas. The US, Japan, and China markets will apparently get Qualcomm-powered units. For perspective, Samsung used to have Exynos-powered flagship Galaxy S series phones until the S22. In subsequent years, it transitioned to Qualcomm, with the S23 and Galaxy S25 lines eliminating Exynos entirely. Samsung reverted to its in-house processor for the Z Flip 7 this year, which was powered by the Exynos 2500. That said, the S26 range is expected to sport an all-new chipset. The Exynos 2600 will be built in-house by Samsung Foundry, while Apple and Qualcomm rely on TSMC. As to the claim, this chipset is based on 2nm technology, which is touted to increase an NPU that is 6 times faster than Apple's A19 Pro. When compared, its NPU is expected to be 30% faster than Qualcomm's flagship chipset. The S26's Exynos 2600 chipset is reported to give 14% greater CPU multi-core performance and up to 75% higher GPU performance. The GPU is supposedly up to 29% better than Qualcomm's. Those are strong claims, and I'm curious to test the efficiency of Samsung's upcoming mobile processor. The Exynos of yesteryear were infamous for becoming extremely heated. I expect the Exynos 2600 to be better, but time will tell. So, that's all we know for now. We'll be sure to keep you updated as soon as we have more information. Thanks for watching.